Hello students, welcome back. Myself Uday Soni. Today I am going to start a new chapter called Inverse Trigonometric Functions. Okay. Before I start this chapter, I would like to suggest you to watch the videos based on classification of functions. Okay. It's a 20 minutes video, I think you can watch. Now let me start inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, so what is inverse trigonometric functions? Is all functions inverse? How can we make them inverse? We will look here. Okay, see first, what is invertible function? Look here, what is invertible function? Functions which are both 1 1 and on 2, means the function should be both 1 1 and on 2. Then we can say that the functions is invertible. Okay, so for 1 1 condition we have already seen that for different input we should have a different output, isn't it? And for on 2 the range should comes out equal to the codomain. Okay, now I have written a note here. Look here, all trigonometric functions are many one, so we cannot study inverse trigonometry, right? We have to make them inverse first. Why they are many one? Let me give a very simple example. Look here, suppose we all know that this is a sine graph and this is y equals to 1 by 2. So at what values you get half in sine? One you are getting here, the other one is here, the other one is here. Okay, at 30 degree you will get half, at 150 degree again you will get half, and at 360 plus 30 means 390 again you will get half. From here we can say that for different input we are getting the same output, isn't it? So it is many one, hence they are non-invertible. So we have to make the trigonometric function invertible, right? The trigonometric functions can be made invertible for selected portion only. Okay, we will try to select some portion from the domain and we will try to make it invertible. The selected portion is called conventional portion or the principal values. Okay, now we will look at the graph one by one. See, the first one is y equals to sine x. Okay, so let me draw the graph of sine x. The graph of sine x. Before drawing the graph of sine x, let me take y equals to x. Okay, this is your line, y equal to x. Okay, y is equal to x. This will be acting as a mirror. Okay, about this y equals to x we can find the inverse of the trigonometric functions. Okay, this is your mirror. Suppose this is a mirror, so make it dash dash dash. Okay, now the graph of sine x is starts from origin, goes like this. Okay, and on the left of y axis it goes something like this. Okay, but we have to restrict the domain, okay, in order to make it invertible. So I am taking here pi by 2, here you have got minus pi by 2. Okay, the rest is not needed. Only in this portion you can see that the function is 1 1 and on 2. Okay, see this portion from here to here also you can select. From here pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, the pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, the function is also 1 1 and on 2, so we can select this portion also. But for conventional we have taken minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so it should be x belongs to, you can write here, x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so now we have to draw its image. Okay, how can we draw its image? Look, image about y equals to x. So the branch, this one, this branch, okay, on the right side, its image will look like this, isn't it? Since your original graph is this side, so its image will look like this, because y equals to x is a mirror. Where it is going? It's going up to pi by 2, so this graph will also go up to pi by 2. Okay, and what about on the left side? Again you have to draw its image, right? So the left part of the graph, this branch has got image this. Okay, and it's going up to minus pi by 2. So on y axis now you will have minus pi by 2. Okay, what was the range for sin x? The range of sin x was, it was going from, the range of sin x here is minus 1 and it goes up to, we all know, right, that the range of sin x is from minus 1 to 1. Okay, this graph, I'm talking about this graph. Okay, the black one, isn't it? So now the range is minus 1 to 1. So when we take the inverse, its domain will become, its input will become minus 1 to 1. Here you have got 1 and here you have got minus 1. Okay, in this graph I've made everything very clear. Okay, so this is your inverse graph, the green one is your inverse graph. Let me write it. Your y belongs to minus 1 to 1, your range. Okay, so let me draw the inverse graph separately. This is, now I am drawing y equals to sine inverse x. Okay, so when you draw it separately, your graph will look like this. Okay, here you have got pi by 2, here minus pi by 2, and the input is 1 minus 1. Okay, this is your 1. Okay, and this is minus 1. So what do you see here? Look very carefully. Now your x becomes your domain, your input. Okay, it becomes from minus 1 to 1. Okay, both are included, and y belongs to, say, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, see, the input and the output gets interchanged, okay, when we talk about inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, here the input was minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, but the output here is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, output here was minus 1 to 1, then it will become input in case of inverse. Okay, minus 1 to 1. So now let me show you the graph of cos inverse x. Okay, we will try to look one by one. Okay, so how is the cos graph looks like? We have to make them both, see, this is your y equals to cos x. First I will draw the graph of cos x. Okay, it should be both 1 1 and 1 2, isn't it? So your graph, I'm taking only this portion, graph goes something like this, isn't it? But what? Not needed. These portions are not needed. Okay, it should be from 0 to, I'm taking the principal value as 0 to pi. In case of sine, it was from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so look here, let me write it. Your x belongs to, close bracket 0 to pi, and your y belongs to minus 1 to 1. Okay, see, this is your 1. Okay, minus 1, this value is, sorry, I'm not touching it, it should be touched, right? Start from here. Here you have got minus 1 and here you have got 1. So how do you draw its inverse? Again, we will take y equals to x as mirror, draw it. Okay, since this is mirror, make it a dash line. Now we will try to draw the image. Okay, see, about y equals to x, the graph of cos x is break into two parts. Okay, so look at the upper part, this part. You have to first draw the image of this branch. Okay, how will the image of this branch look like? It is touching 1 here, right? So when you draw its image, it will touch 1. Your 1 is here. What is this value? This value is pi by 2. The value of pi by 2 is equals to 1.57. So 1 should be just before it. Okay, now we will try to draw the image of this part. Okay, so the image of this part will be above y equals to x. So how do you draw its image? It's going up to pi, right? So start from here and it will go up to pi. Okay, and it is crossing what? Pi by 2. So here it will cross pi by 2. Okay, and it's going up to pi. Here the graph is from minus 1 to 1 again. This will be your minus 1. Okay, so let me draw it separately. cos inverse x, right? Here is 1 your input, and here is -1. Okay, it is crossing pi by 2, 0 comma pi by 2, going up to pi. Okay, this value is your pi. So let me write the input and output. Okay, here your x will belongs to what? Your x belongs to, it gets interchanged, right? -1 to 1, and your y belongs to, see, your y belongs to, from 0 it's going up to pi. So your graph is from 0 to pi. Okay, again you can notice that the input and the output is getting interchanged. Okay, your output is from 0, look at the y-axis, it's going from 0 to pi. The graph is between 0 to pi. Okay, so let me now draw the graph of tan inverse x. Okay, tan inverse x. Y equals to tan x. One second, here this graph was for y equals to cos inverse x. So the graph of tan x in the principal value looks like this. This portion, make it dash line. Okay, now try to draw the graph of tan at 1090. This is your pi by 2. Okay, pi by 2, and this is minus pi by 2. Okay, hold on. So at 1090, you have already seen in class 9 and 10 what is the value of 1090, not defined, right? Infinity. So at 90 your graph will come from infinity, and at 0, tan 0 is 0, and at minus infinity the graph goes in negative infinity. Okay, so what is the domain here? Make it very clear. Okay, in case of sine it was close bracket, but here since you don't have any values at pi by 2 and minus pi by 2, it will be open bracket, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is your what? Domain. And your range belongs to minus infinity to infinity. You can see from the graph, see the graph is coming from minus infinity, isn't it? Coming, and it's going up to plus infinity. So your range is minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, now you have to draw y equals to x. Sorry, you have to draw y equals to x as mirror. Okay, this is your mirror. Now we will see its inverse. See the left branch of the graph, it is starting from 0 and going to infinity with minus pi by 2. Okay, so let me draw from here. Your image will look like something like this, start from 0 and go parallelly with minus pi by 2. This value is minus pi by 2. Okay, now how will the right branch look like? This is a mirror, so your image will be starting from 0. Okay, and this is your plus pi by 2. It's going infinity. See, it's going to infinity with plus pi by 2, the right branch of tan inverse 10x. So your tan inverse x will also go to infinity with pi by 2. Okay, so let us draw it separately. We have to draw it separately. Okay, so it is more clearer, and you have to keep these pictures in mind. Okay, the graph of sin inverse x, tan inverse x, cos inverse x. Zero, this is pi by 2, and this is minus pi by 2. So make the domain and range here. Your domain will belong to, your domain x belongs to C, minus infinity to infinity, isn't it? And your range y belongs to open bracket minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. You can check from the graph that it is open bracket. Okay, since there you have got no values, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is the graph of y equals to tan inverse x. Clear? And remember, you have to remember this domain and range. Okay, domain and range in case of inverse trigonometric function. Okay, the principal values of tan inverse x, sin inverse x, cos inverse x, you have to remember it. Okay, this is the basic in inverse trigonometry. So let me move on to cot inverse x. Okay, have I missed out anything here? No, right? I think you can draw the remaining one also, but let me just solve it. Or you can follow any book from there also. You can see the graph of inverse, how it looks like. But anyway, let me start. This is y equals to cot x. Okay, the domain of cot x, principal domain is 0 to pi, and it should be under open bracket. 0 to pi means 0 and pi, they are not included. Okay, 0 to pi. So draw here pi, a vertical line. This is your pi. Okay, is starting from 0. At pi by 2 you have got cot 0, so at pi by 2 it will cross x-axis. Here pi by 2, the value of cot pi by 2 is 0. Okay, this is the graph of cot x. Okay, now we will draw a mirror y equals to x. This blue color is your mirror. Okay, So how will the graph look like? What is your y? Write it down. What is your y? Y means your range. Y belongs to minus infinity to infinity. See, it's starting from minus infinity and going till infinity. Okay, draw its image. Draw the image of this branch, the upper of y equals to x. This is your branch, right? One of your branch. This branch, okay? This one. How will you draw? Hold on. Image of this branch. Draw it. It will look like what? It's going to infinity with 0, okay? With x equals to 0. This line is your x equals to 0 and this line is your y equals to 0. X axis is y equals to 0 and y axis is x equals to 0. So this line is going to infinity with what? With x equals to 0. But now it will go to infinity with y equals to 0, okay? Let me draw its inverse. Starting from here, okay, take a smooth turn and go parallel with y equals to 0. Now the graph of this branch, this lower branch, how will it look like? It is crossing pi by 2, right? So it will cross pi by 2 and go to infinity with pi, isn't it? It's going to infinity with pi. So here you have got pi, okay? Here, since the graph was crossing pi by 2, you will have pi by 2 here, okay? So how is the final graph of cot inverse x looking? See here. Okay, it's not that tough, okay? Once you remember, it's very easy to draw. I'm taking time because I'm trying to explain you each and every step, okay? So look here, your cot inverse x starts from minus infinity and it crosses pi by 2 and it goes to infinity with y is equals to 0, okay? Here it will go, hold on, okay, this is your y equals to 0 means x axis and it is crossing pi by 2. Here you have got the value pi. It is not touching pi, right? That's why the input is in open bracket. Now your output will be in open bracket. Your x belongs to minus infinity to infinity. See, the graph is coming from minus infinity and is going till positive infinity. So your input is minus infinity to plus infinity, and your y, that is your range, it belongs from 0 to pi, 0 to pi. See, your graph is only restricted between 0 to pi in y axis, and both 0 and pi you have got no values, right, at 0 and pi. So both 0 and pi are in open bracket. This is the graph of y equals to cot inverse x, okay? You have to remember, I am reminding you again and again that you have to remember this domain and range, okay? Later on I will try to summarize it in short, okay, so that it will be clear for you. Now what is the graph of y equals to cosec x? It's not that tough, okay, since we all have learned this in our lower classes in class 9, 10, the standard values like sin 30 sin 60, sin 45, we all have learned. So it should not be that tough for you to remember, okay. Even though you forget how to draw the graph, you can recall those standard values and draw the graph, okay. See here, y equals to, this is your mirror, okay, and the graph of cosec x, right? What is the value of sine 0? It is 0, right? So what is the value of cosec 0? It will be infinite, not defined, right? Since we all know that sine is equals to 1 by cosec. They are reciprocal, right? So when the value of sine is 0, okay, then the value of cosec will be not defined. Means at 0, your value is at positive infinity, okay? At 0, clear? And at 1, here at pi by 2, the value of sine is 1. So the value of cosec will be 1 because they are reciprocal, right? Now let me take at 0, at pi by 2, minus pi by 2, you have got value minus 1 in case of sine, and in case of cosec also you will have value minus 1. And at 0, on the left of y-axis, it goes to negative infinity, okay. Later on I will be teaching you functions, okay. So there you will be more clear that why it is going to negative infinity, okay. Pi by 2, here you have got minus pi by 2. Now let us try to draw the image, okay, the inverse of this. Look at this branch, look at this small branch, okay. I will first draw the image of this small part, isn't it clear? And it's going infinity with what? X equals to 0. Now it will go to infinity with y equals to 0, clear? Here its image will be this, the smaller branch, okay, and the branch which is going to negative infinity with 0 is this. So from here you will cross and it will go to negative infinity, clear? What was your x here? Your x belongs to 10 minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, isn't it? Let me write it more clearly, okay. Your x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Is any value missing out? See, at 0 you have got no graph, right? So 0 is excluded, okay. 0 you have to exclude it. And what is the value of y? Y belongs to, it's going from minus infinity. Look at the graph, the lower part of the graph, the black graph, okay. It's starting from minus infinity and it's going till minus 1, and that is included. Here your value is included and it is starting from negative infinity to minus 1. Here you have got minus 1 and here you have got 1, okay. Union, again it starts from 1 and it goes till infinity. Let us draw the separate graph of cosec inverse x, okay. Y equals to cosec inverse x. Ooh. See, it looks like this, okay? Isn't it? Is it easy to draw? What is the value here? Can anyone say? Pi by 2, right? Now your output is going from pi by 2 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Here will be pi by 2. Here you have got minus pi by 2. This branch, it starts from 1, and this one, it starts from this branch again, minus 1. So write it down. Y equal x. Okay, first x. Your x belongs to what? This starting from negative infinity coming till minus 1, close bracket, union from 1 to infinity. Look at the x-axis, okay? Now look at the y-axis. It's from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, negative 0 not included, right? So your 0 is excluded in this case also. You can look from the graph, okay? At 0, look at this, y equals to 0. Do you have any value? No, right? Because the graph never cuts y equals to 0. Here also you may see that, here also you may see that the graph is not touching y equals to 0, and here also you may see that the graph is not touching y equals to 0, okay? Students, I have one request for you. You may give your feedback, okay? You may tell me how to teach me, or give me some suggestion so that I can help you in more better way, okay? If I'm slow, suggest me, comment me, okay, in the comment box. I will try to give my best so that you all can understand, okay? So it's a request, please give some feedback, okay, whether you are understanding or not, okay? Now let me draw the graph of last one, okay, the sec inverse y equals to sec x. How can you draw the graph of y equals to sec x? It is reciprocal of cos, okay? If you forget the values of sec, just remember the values of cos and take 1 by that number. So at cos 0 you get value 1, so at sec 0 is your value 1, okay? Cos pi by 2 value is 0, so at sec pi by 2 your value will be infinite. Start from here, it will go to infinity, okay? Now again it will start from minus infinity and it will go till negative 1, okay? From, hold on, here the value is what? Minus 1. Here you've got 1, okay? This is your 0 and this is your, we all know cos pi is minus 1, so sec pi will also be minus 1. Reciprocal of minus 1 is minus 1, okay? Now let me write the domain here. Your x belongs to 0 to pi 0 to pi, but in 0 to pi, okay, your x is from 0 to pi, okay, but in that your pi by 2 is missing out, because at pi by 2 you're not getting any value, okay. So pi by 2 should be excluded from the domain, it should be taken out from the domain, okay. And your y belongs to what? Your y belongs to, like the graph of what? Cosec inverse x, right? Your y was what? No, cosec x. It was starting from minus infinity to minus 1, close bracket, union, again it starts from 1 and it goes to infinity, okay. It goes to infinity. You can also ask your doubt from any chapter, okay. Please keep asking your doubts from any chapter, any topic, from anywhere, okay, in the comment box, so that I can help you. This is the video lecture I have just started since a week before, so you can ask from any topic, okay. If you have got doubt, please inbox me your doubt, okay. You can message me on the messenger also, or on Facebook also, or I have given the WhatsApp number in the description in my first video or the second video of binomial theorem, okay. You may watch binomial theorem also. Now let me draw the graph of y equals to sec inverse x. Let me check here once. Yes, I have drawn it. Here we have to take blue ink to draw the image, I mean the mirror, okay. Draw the mirror here. Since this is a mirror, make it dash 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 dash, okay. Now we will try to draw its image, okay. What is the image of this branch? We have to draw the image of the branches, okay. It's very easy, right? Draw the image of this branch. It is starting from 1 and going to infinity with what? Plus infinity is going, okay. It's going to plus infinity with pi by 2. This is your pi by 2, this dot, okay, this point. So if your pi by 2 is here, where is your value 1? 1 is less than pi by 2, right? Pi by 2 is 1.57. So your 1 will be somewhere here. Let me take a green ink. Your 1 is somewhere here, okay. The graph will start from here and it will go to infinity with plus pi by 2, okay, below plus pi by 2. So take, am I right? Yes. This is, no, I'm not right. Let me draw it once again. Start from this and go, oh no, okay. Start from this value 1 and go to infinity with right. Now this value is your pi by 2, okay. Here you have got pi by 2 on the y-axis, and the image of the lower branch, this branch, the image of this branch, okay. Again I'm rubbing it. The image of this branch, okay, it is 1 unit negative, okay, at pi. So the value of pi will be here, somewhere here, pi, okay, and the graph is starting at a distance of 1 unit negative. So you also start at 1 unit negative. Here I am talking about this distance, okay. So it should be 1 unit far from pi, negative 1 unit far from pi, and it is going to minus pi by 2, okay, above, greater than minus pi by 2, okay, with infinity. Just draw, hold on, starts from here and it will go like this. Okay, greater than pi by 2. Later on when I start function, you will understand more clear, okay, why it is going to infinity. Every reason will be explained here. For now, just draw the image, okay. It's very easy to draw the image, isn't it? Later on we will understand the reason, okay, why they are going here and there. Anyway, let us draw a separate graph of sec touching 1 going to infinity. Here is your pi by 2, starts from here going to pi by 2. Here is 1, it starts from pi. Great. Okay, see at pi by 2 there is no value, right? So your pi by 2 will be excluded from the range. This is pi, this is pi by 2, this is 0, and your graph is from 0 to pi. Write it down. Your x belongs to, I told you, right, this is 1 unit, this is negative 1 unit, right, and make it dash dash dash. Your x belongs to minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Okay, and your y belongs to, say it starts from 0 and it's going to pi. Both 0 and pi are included. Okay, and pi by 2 is missing out, right? So just exclude this pi by, just exclude this pi by 2. Okay, not needed. Pi by 2 is not needed. Okay, so students, these are the graph of what? Sine inverse x, cos inverse x, tan inverse x, cot inverse x, cosec inverse x, and sec inverse x. The only thing you need to remember is the picture. Okay, once you try to draw this picture 2 or 3 times, it will be pasted in your brain, okay, and it will never be gone. So please try to draw a picture and try to remember this domain and range, okay, of inverse trigonometric functions. It will help you, and later on I will teach you the shortcut tricks, how to keep the formulas in mind. No need to memorize it. Okay, in my next video I will start those things. Okay, from graph only we can draw, we can remember the formulas. Okay, so I will start my next lecture, okay, in the next video. Okay, so please keep revising these things, okay, which I taught you in this video. Okay students, bye bye, take care.